Is that centrally located?
Welcome to Stream of Conscience Podcast, the most exciting podcast on the internet. I'm your host, Joel Hyperbole Cox. This is my co-host, Joe Prepared Stout.
Wait, I'm the co-host now? Like,
we're both co-hosts.
Okay, but you said it like you're the host and I'm the co-host, though. Like, that's... I'm your host, and this guy over here is my special guest of the evening.
You want to do an interview?
You want to do what?
Want to do an interview?
Sure, let's do an interview.
So should I interview you or you interview me?
I'm going to interview you.
Okay.
Because you always do all the interviewing.
We've never done an interview before.
We've done, like, questions and such. Like, we've done interrogations, I think is more like what it is.
That's true.
We haven't... Okay. Describe yourself in 30 seconds or less to the audience.
Let's see. Maker, geek, antisocial, loyal, awkward.
20 seconds.
That's 20 seconds? Oh yeah, and succinct.
I think I was counting down, actually. I wasn't counting up. You still got another 15 seconds.
Oh.
That's how boring you are. You can only fill 15 seconds of it.
Yeah, well, I'm very concise.
I'm not
verbose.
I think 30 seconds is a long time to have to describe yourself. Like, 30 seconds is a bit
It depends
heavy
on the person. I'm pretty sure I know a lot of people could take 5-10 minutes to explain themselves.
Oh, absolutely. I could go on for hours about, things I do and what but like to say like who you are. Basically, I'm just humble and charming. That's it. That took 2 seconds. That's all I needed, really. Just totally knocked that one down. All right. This is one, like, I'm not even sure that I fully know entirely what it is you do as a profession. I don't really know completely. Like, I know you work in a place, and I know you like your job, and I've heard some things you've done, but, like, if someone asks me what you do, I basically say you're an IT guy. Like, whether that's true or not, like, I'm sure to some degree you are. I think everybody who works anywhere that has a computer in the building considers himself somewhat of an IT guy.
Well,
but, like, how would you describe your profession?
Originally, I was an IT guy. I was help desk, aspiring to be a sysadmin. But, I think now I'm basically a database guy. I basically run reports, and I update a website, if you want to take it down to the succinctness. So, the way I explain my job, I work for the B2B version of Amazon, which is business to business.
Okay.
So,
Do you technically work for Amazon?
No.
You work for a company that is similar to that. Okay.
So, Amazon is a distribution company. They sell anything and everything. But the difference between Wesco and Amazon is we focus more on business to business, not business to consumer.
You work for Wesco. I've heard of them.
Yeah.
I know them. I've seen their name out there. I did not know. See, I didn't even know so much as that.
Mm-hmm. So with Wesco, they're a distribution company. They used to be part of Westinghouse. They were the branch of Westinghouse that sold their equipment. So Westinghouse built something cool and they would sell it.
Okay.
In 1997, Westinghouse and Wesco parted ways.
You just turned this into a documentary. Every time they say a date, it always makes me feel like I'm on a tour in a museum. In 1997, Westinghouse officially sold all their products. So
basically, Wesco sells anything and everything. They mainly work with like power companies, hospitals, anybody who needs like maintenance of business stuff like toilet paper, tools, gloves, hard hats. Mainly power plants, who our main client. We also have Solar City is another one of our major clients, and we have this giant website that now has 688,000 items on the site.
When you throw statistics out there.
So basically, say for example, you won Joko.
Okay.
And you have a building.
All right.
That houses people, and they do stuff with widgets.
Okay, so I make widgets. I sell widgets.
You do both.
I buy widgets. Okay.
You do both. You need toilet paper. You need lights, like light bulbs. You need gloves. You need hard hats. You need stuff to
safety glasses.
Yeah, safety
PPE,
glasses. All the stuff that you use on a daily basis that might be reusable. You'd go to Wesco and you'd say, I need to buy 500 hard hats. I need to buy 4,000 rolls of toilet paper. I need to buy 5 solar panels. like
X, Y, Z,
Yeah.
right? So everything. So business wise, anything I need business wise,
Yeah.
I come to
keep
your
your business
company
running.
to. How about that?
And then we have contractors that do, like for example, Solar City is doing a bunch of these power stations for the Teslas. So all their stuff they need to build these power stations, they buy from Wesco. So they have their own little catalog with Wesco, and they can order whatever they want.
Neat.
Mhm.
That's cool. I did not see that's. I didn't realize that's all what you did.
So what I do is I work on the website. I add items, I remove items, I change quantities. Basically, whatever needs to update the website, we do all the stuff behind the scenes.
Okay. That's very cool. So now I know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go to another question. Let's do. Where did you go to high school? What was high school like for you? Like, let's delve into that. What was the life of high school? First, where did you go to high school?
Fox Chapel.
You went to Fox Chapel.
Yeah.
Now, and in Fox Chapel, were you the token black guy?
No, there were 7 of us.
There's 7 black guys in Fox Chapel back then? Wow. Okay. All right. And you know all their names, right? Happy, Sleepy,
Darius.
Sneezy, Dopey, Grumpy, Joel, Bashful Doc. I think that's too many. I threw in an extra one there. So, all right, so we won't go through all their names. We won't call them out on it and everything. But all right. So what was a normal? Because you were kind of like even then you were kind of like you had your tech nerdiness and everything
Yeah.
going on. So did you ever get crammed in a locker?
Nope.
No locker.
Here's the thing. In middle school, I got teased a lot, and made fun of a lot, and a temper issue.
You have a temper issue? I've never noticed that about you.
I was known to throw desks, chase down kids, put people in headlocks. And by high school, people left me alone for some strange reason.
I can't figure out why. I have no clue.
Might have something to do with me barreling down the
So you weren't stuffed in the lockers. You were stuffing other people in the lockers.
only they made fun of me.
Okay. Okay, so you went to Fox Chapel High School?
Yep.
Is that what it's called, Fox Chapel High School?
Well, Fox Chapel, every school district, as they like to be called.
Were you on any teams? Were you like on like...
I was forced to do cross country. I'm not a distance runner. I was forced to do track. Hated track. I was forced to do volleyball. I was okay with volleyball.
You were forced by who? It sounds like something your dad talked you into.
I wasn't. I was told to do these.
You were
things.
Your parents, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somehow I negotiated if I worked on my grades, I didn't have to do any sports.
Did you have trouble with your grades in school?
Depending on the class. I couldn't get above a C in English. Science was A's and B's.
I always imagined you as just as a straight A student.
Nope.
Like, I don't know why.
I'm not a test taker. That's my Achilles heel.
That's...
Let's see. Math was so-so until they put those letters in and all that crap.
That surprises me though, because for sure, even like you say you didn't do great in English, but math like feels like something you would just be good at. Like I
Yeah,
just feel
math
like
I
you would
am.
be-
But when you had letters to it and all that other garbage,
Yeah, but that's still math. Like that's just
no.
like a different
Math
version.
is numbers.
But you do that now. Well, maybe not. I don't know if you do it now, but like with programming and stuff, like you do. Don't
Well,
you do a lot of that?
No. See, with programming, I tell the computer what to do. So if I know how to do a process, I can make that into code. I don't have to do all the other
Still?
crap.
You don't need algebra for that.
Not really.
Okay.
Because the thing is, I can actually write a program to figure out the algebra for me.
That's a cheat.
Exactly. That's the only way I passed statistics in college was Excel.
All right. So you did cross country, you did track, you did volleyball.
Yep.
Anything else?
I attempted football for about a week and said, screw this.
You did football.
Well, I tried to. And I said, I'm not doing this. There's no way.
I don't see you playing football. You've already done more sports in high school than I did.
It's funny because I remember the first week I was out there. Since I wasn't on the team, I was like basically a tackling dummy. So we had to backpedal, and the guys would try and tackle us. Apparently, I could run faster backwards than the guy who was trying to tackle me. He got mad at me.
I can run faster scared than you can angry.
No, I was running backwards. He's running forwards, and I'm running faster backwards than he could forwards.
That's funny.
But I quit, and I got some crap for it from some of the kids. So my ace in the hole was, well, my dad had prostate cancer. So I'm like, I quit because my dad had prostate cancer. What up?
You used your father's prostate cancer to get out of doing things.
No, I didn't want to do football, but I got crap about not doing football. I used it to shut people up. You can't fight the cancer card.
That's horrible. You're just so going to hell. I hope you picked out a very nice handbasket. Okay. All right. So that was high school. Let's go on to college. In college, that I knew you in college, so I don't really have so many questions about college. But let's tell the audience. Like, first, what was your? You had a couple majors, actually.
I had two
right?
majors.
Okay. Let's start with your first major.
When I graduated high school, I'm like, you know what? This computer thing's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna do graphics communication. That's gonna be awesome. Because I thought I liked graphics communication.
What is graphics communication?
It's like making desktop publishing, making calendars and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I thought, hey, this would be awesome. And then I had Alfred E. Simpson, this crazy graphic communication teacher. He had a fingernail that's literally like 3 inches long. And we're pretty sure he did coke during our half hour.
That's exactly what I was thinking. You don't get a fingernail that long and not do coke.
And my favorite was his mood would always change after the break. And then his famous phrase, does anybody have any questions, comments, or criticism? And it's like, what the hell's wrong with this dude? I got
Alfred E. Simpson. It sounds like you made him up.
No, that was his name.
I believe you. I'm just saying. That sounds a little made
I got
up.
C's and D's and a couple F's on my tests. And halfway through, I'm like, yeah, I'm switching majors. I got an A in the class somehow. Don't know how.
He was generous because he was coked up.
Probably.
All right, so that was your first major.
Then I went to programming.
Okay.
I took a minor in communications because I like video production.
Right, because everybody takes a minor in communications.
Yeah, but I actually like doing the actual audio video stuff.
Okay, so you did. All right, so you did.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you did with that?
Well, I made the Mission Intermediate video that's still on YouTube.
The Mission Impossible video.
Mission Intermediate.
Mission Intermediate. All right. I was in that.
Yeah.
I had a small, muy pequeño part in that.
And your credit is Joey the Bunny Rabbit Stout.
That's funny. That's why we do the middle names in the
Yeah.
beginning. That's where that whole thing started. So you did
Yeah.
that. Let's talk about roommates for a minute here.
Oh.
Let's go back to freshman year, because I didn't know you freshman year. You were there before me.
So, when I was graduating college, high school, everyone was either going to Pitt or Penn State. I wanted none of that. I wanted a clean slate. And because I was lazy, and because I went to Cal U for TSA, which is Technical Student Association, I knew the college existed. I knew they had good food. I'm like, hey, I'll go here. And lo and behold,
You chose wait a minute. You chose a college based on you had already been there and they had good food.
Mm-hmm.
You just slipped that in like that's a thing you choose a college for. The lunchroom's not so bad.
You're there for 4 to 6 years. You have to have decent food.
I'm not saying there's not logic behind it. I'm just saying you said it very matter of fact, like that's like people just look for that. Like it's centrally located, the teachers, the classroom size, and the food. Like that's not a thing. Like people don't look at that. You don't. That's not how you decide the future of your life.
Plus, they didn't require you to have a language, and you need a whole 600 SATs to get in. Fun fact: I didn't break 1,000 my SATs.
No kidding.
970.
I don't remember what my score was. It was good though. I did well.
I was pretty the dumbest of all my friends when it came to SATs.
No.
I knew a kid who scored 1,600. Back when 1,600 was the ceiling.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I didn't know anybody had ever done that. I thought that was like a myth. All right, so back to roommates.
Yeah.
Okay, because now that you've decided where to go to school because of the pizza stand in the
No. It wasn't the
Union.
pizza stand. It was the burgers.
All right. So either way, you chose Cal U based off of your dietary needs
Mm-hmm.
or wishes. All right. So
So
you stayed. Okay. Now I know we stayed in
Ben's.
Hall, which was kind of like it was like the crappiest,
I was
dumpiest
told
of.
when I worked the dorms checking computers, and my first week at Cal, I went to the one dorm. The girl was, "What dorm do you live in?" Ben's. "Oh, you mean the ghetto?" I'm like, "What?"
Ben's was kind of. It was like. It wasn't bad. We loved it. Like it was our home. Like
It might have been called the ghetto. Is the most technological ghetto on campus.
There was a lot of. It kind of did feel like a lot of like the tech geeks were
Mhm.
in Ben's though. We did have a lot of that.
Mhm.
So there was always movie nights going on. There was always every room was kind of not every room, but a lot of rooms were really decked out with
Mhm.
certain things. Your room especially was kind of the highlight of that.
I believe the public safety one said that I could be the substation for public safety if they ever needed backup resources.
All right, let's go back to roommates because
Yeah,
I know
so-
you had some fun roommates.
Justin McClafferty was my roommate from college, from high school, and we got along great until we actually loved each other.
That'll ruin it for you.
Yeah, especially when your roommate pretends to be a 40-year-old woman named Sharon on the internet.
I did not know this. That's awesome.
At one point, he locked me out of the room, and I found the breaker box in the door in the hallway and shut the power off in the room to get him out of the room.
We just outed him. Like, anybody who listens to our show and knows him.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, well, screw him. Okay. He pretended to be a 40-year-old woman on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Do you know why? Do I want to know why?
I didn't want to know.
We're gonna glaze right over top of that. Let's skip.
So then, I think it was like second to last week of college. He didn't clean inside of the room, and I refused to clean up after him. One of the biggest fights I had with my dad was the fact that he came to my room. He's like, "Why does I have the room a mess?" I'm like, "That's his side. You should have cleaned." I'm like, "No, I'm not cleaning it."
Clean it, yeah.
One of the few times I had an argument with my dad, and I did not back down whatsoever.
I can't say a whole lot about that because I'm still pretty messy.
No,
I've gotten
he
a
was
lot
bad,
better.
like very bad.
But you've seen my room, and my first roommate, Vernon.
Yeah.
He was very clean, and I was very not, and our room got a bit disastrous. And it was the same thing. Like his side was really nice and neat and clean. His bed was made, and my side was all of the opposite of that. And he actually made up a story one time where he told me he had somebody coming over, he had friends coming in from out of town or something like that, and asked if I could clean up so whenever they came over, like the room wouldn't be a mess. So I just like hurried up and grabbed everything. I waited until the last minute. I was like, yeah, I'll do it, and then I didn't do it. And then last minute I just grabbed all my stuff and shoved it inside the closet. And then I found out later that he just made it up. It wasn't even like a real story. Like he didn't have people coming over. He just said it just to get so he didn't have to live in my filth for that any longer. So I can't say anything. I'm not going to badmouth him for being messy. That just is what it is.
But yeah, it was interesting. But then he moved out the first week of the second semester. I like to think I pushed him out. And I had a single room until junior year. I moved into a Monkey. Monkey was a great roommate.
Monkey's a real life person. That's what we call him, and we didn't make that up. Like that was not like we weren't.
He got that nickname in elementary school, and he just ran with it.
He's been Monkey since forever, right?
Yeah,
and that's like he introduces himself. I'm assuming still to this day as Monkey.
No clue. But yeah, I was roommates with him for a while, and then senior year, no roommate. Second senior year, no roommate. I took way too many credits, which is why. Not because I failed my classes, but because with Cal, if you didn't start the right semester.
No, but you didn't have a roommate whenever I met you. That had to be your
sophomore year.
Sophomore year, not senior
sophomore year.
Okay.
And sophomore year I didn't have a roommate. Junior year I had a roommate, and then my 2 senior years I didn't have a roommate because I overloaded on credits. Because I'm not going to take a semester off. Well, I can just take more classes.
Right.
I think I needed 128 to graduate. I had 146.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Overachiever much?
Well, more like I wanted to not go home. Which is why I got a master's. So my first year of grad school, I didn't have a roommate. I took a summer semester, no roommate. And then my last semester of grad school, I had a roommate. And since I was having a roommate, I decided to prepare for it. And our friend Mammer built me a room within a room.
He built you like a divider?
Yeah, no, he's not a divider. He basically sectioned off the room, and we used tarp and like one by one to frame in the room.
That's awesome.
And then the kid ended up joining a frat, so he was never in the room anyway. So it was win-win.
I don't really have any crazy roommate stories, but I'm willing to bet some.
Because you are the crazy roommate.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like my old roommates probably have all the stories to tell, and they're probably all true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the one who has the stories. I'm the one who makes the stories. I'm the reason behind the stories.
For the most part, being a roommate, I try to not overstep my half of the room, do my share. But yeah, sometimes you just have an asshole for a roommate.
And I apologize for that.
I don't know how we would do as roommates in college.
You and I?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't imagine well. I'm difficult, and I'm aware of that. Like I know that about myself.
I'm pretty sure we could make it work.
Like we get along really well, and we're very accepting of each other's differences and stuff. Like it's not false. It's just who we are as people. And I think that we would have got along well as roommates, but I think that it would have caused some degree of tension. Like, there's certain things.
Because here's the thing: I would have said something, and you would have been like, "Okay," and then
That's probably very true because we've always been like we haven't really been shy to tell each other. You know, there's always been a sense of honesty with us.
Here's the thing: I've have countless friends, and you are probably on the what I call the top 5,
Nice.
which is the 5 people I've never had an argument with, never had a fight with, and anything that was an issue, we just talked out and got it taken care of. So that's why I don't think would have been an issue.
And there's only like I have a lot of friends, but there's only so many people. There's a very small niche group of people that I would say have been best friends. You are definitely on that list. Like that's like you and I have always been like really cool, and even like we don't see each other for the longest time sometimes, and then we get together and it's like nothing was missed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. There's no I haven't seen you for. It's just we just pick up right where we left off.
It's funny because I was just talking to a friend of mine yesterday about this. And I like to coin the phrase sleeper cell friends. Well, it's friends you don't see in a while, but it starts off, it comes back to the way it was.
Right.
Because we were talking to some friend, he had a cookout yesterday, and we had a mutual friend that he hasn't seen in a while. He said, I don't know if he's really my friend. I'm like, well, here's a question. When you do hang out with him, is it like nothing ever changed? Or is it awkward? Because if it's awkward, then maybe he's not really your friend. But if you come back years later...
Yeah, that's an acquaintance. That's someone who you know.
Like, but if you come back and everything's exactly the same and like things are a great time, they're your friend in my opinion.
All right, I want to ask another question. I'm going to continue on. We're going to power through because I have... you know how to read. I know this about you. Mm-hmm. I learned this at some point in time along the way. What's the last book you've read?
Are we talking actual physical book, Kindle book, or are we talking audiobook?
Any book. Just any, not audio, like an actual words on whether it's Kindle or whether it's Nook or whether it's a real legit book.
The last full book I probably read was a book called Remedy by Neil Stephenson.
Remedy?
Yeah, Remde. It's a misspelling. It's kind of a play on like how like third world country hackers will like spell stuff wrong because English is not their primary language.
Right. So is that what the book's about? Is it about
So the book's about this dude named they called him Dodge because he dodged the draft back in the 60s or 70s, whenever the draft was.
Okay.
He went to Canada and he started running marijuana from Canada to the U.S. He found some like basically Silk Road to get across the border.
Okay.
So he made a ton of money selling marijuana. Decided I need to get out of this and need something more legal. At that time, he was addicted to the game World of Warcraft. He made his own game called T-Rain, which catered to gold farmers and people who played games. So basically, he used his drug money to make this game, became very famous and important, hired his niece to work on some project. Her boyfriend at the time was some hacker dude working for the Russian mafia. Mm. And at the same time, this is going on, there's like a family reunion. So he meets up with his niece and the boyfriend because they're doing some kind of ski thing. Well, it turns out the boyfriend sold some stuff to the Russian mafia. They got hacked by some virus called Remedy. And they thought the guy was the guy who did it. Well, long story short, the Russian mafia dude comes after them, tries to get the money back. They have to go to this game T-Rain to get the money. They have to drop off the money as a ransom. Well, the real Russian mafia guys that the guy works for finds out, kills the dude. They fly to China to find this guy who did this virus. They end up getting in a firefight with some like Iraqi, like English Iraqi like convert like terrorist, and hilarity ensues.
And then hilarity ensues. Sounds legit.
Yeah, so it was very long, very interesting, but...
How many books do you think you read in a year's time?
Well, nowadays, 0, because I've switched over to audiobooks, because I listen to them at work instead of actually sitting... Because I don't have time to sit down and read books anymore, because there's only so many hours in the day.
I've been reading The Martian for probably... How long ago? It's been like over a year. It's literally been over a year. And every so often I'll pick it back up, and I kind of forget what's going on, so then I have to go back and reread a little bit earlier. And then, so I think I've worked further back in the book. Like, I read up to so many, like, page 120 or something, and now I'm back to, like, 60 at this point. Like, I just keep going back and back and back, trying to get caught up. So I have to, like, kind of start from the beginning. I don't really read a lot of books. That's, like, not one of those...
I found out around 2009, 2010 that it wasn't that I didn't like reading books. I'm not good at reading books on paper. E-readers have found it was easier for me to read. So I started bringing a ton of those, and I bought a lot of these, like, I wouldn't say, like, they weren't, like, bestsellers, but they were, like, the kind of indie kind of thing. I found all these cool, like, subjects of stuff I want to read about. Like, there's one called Schrodinger's Cat. It's a hard-boiled sci-fi, science fiction.
Okay.
About the whole, like, chaos theory and, like, chance. And basically, it's called Schrodinger's Cat because you don't know the actual outcome of the situation until you actually look at the situation. So there's this muse running around doing all this chaotic stuff. This guy's trying to stop it by using like some kind of chaos theory to do it. It explained a lot better than I'm doing it right now, but it was really funny. So,
all right, I've read. I think the last book I read was actually like from beginning to end was Dexter. I read was it Jeff Lindy, I think, wrote it. Based on, but that's why like I can't read books. Like I don't read books because there's always a movie made out of it, or it's like there's too much other competition in my day and my time.
Well, here's
like
the thing. I used to feel like because I used to read a lot in middle school and in high school. Like I read Jurassic Park, and then saw the movie, and back then they were pretty spot on. But lately I've noticed like I just listened to the book American Gods because I want to watch the TV show.
that looks really cool.
I want to watch the TV show because Ian McShane's in it, and I could listen to Ian McShane and read a phone book all day long.
Who is it?
Ian McShane.
Ian McShane. I don't know who that is.
You'll know when you see his face.
Well, my thing is, what I'm saying is that it's not so much that it's not that I can watch the movie and it's the same as the book. I could watch a movie or I can read a book.
Yeah.
And between those two options, I want to watch a movie. I don't want to read a book.
Yeah.
I don't like sitting down and reading a book.
Well,
I do know who that is. Oh, he's in all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. My problem is...
I think I literally just watched a movie with him in it. Oh, you know what I watched was John Wick 2. Is he he's the manager for the hotel in that
My
one.
problem with...
Have you seen John Wick 2?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you have.
I was very disappointed with the ending.
Really? No, I loved it.
I'll tell you off thing because I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
All right, yeah. That's if anybody who has seen John Wick 2 has an opinion that doesn't spoil it, just give us a good, bad, indifferent. Tell us what you think about the movie.
But
and we'll talk about it another time. All of our listeners watch the movie between now and 8 episodes.
Sure.
8 episodes from now, we'll talk about it again. No, 4 episodes. I'm giving them way too much time and credit there.
So my issue is a lot of the movies that are coming out aren't really catered to my liking. Like I like cyberpunk. There's not a lot of cyberpunk coming out anymore because that fad's gone.
Atomic Blonde.
That wasn't cyberpunk.
That's not cyberpunk?
No.
What's cyberpunk then?
It's like Neuromancer, Blade Runner.
What about like what's the one with the chicks that go around fighting crime machines in the mental hospital? Something pop, salt lollipop, sugar pop, something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sucker Punch?
Sucker Punch.
No, cyberpunk is basically like hacker, like futuristic hacker movies.
Okay.
But like those not popular anymore, so they don't make those movies. But there's tons of books about cyberpunk and stuff that's been still coming out. Not as much as it used to be, but like I'm finding more of the subjects I want to read or listen to, or on an audiobook or in book form. But like I was saying with the movie thing, lately people don't give a crap about the plot of the book.
Good save.
Mm-hmm.
People don't give a poo-poo caca about what now?
Exactly, about the plot of the book. Like I listened to American Gods. I burned through that in like 4 days on audiobook. Then I went to watch the series, and it's nothing like the book. I'm like, what are you doing?
I literally just saw the preview for this yesterday. I hadn't seen this before, and it looks awesome. It really looks good for American Gods.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing
it's on
is,
Stars or something,
yeah.
I believe. Yeah,
My problem
it's
is...
a series. It's not a movie, right?
It's a series.
Yeah, it looks really good.
My problem is, if you read the book and then watch the movie, you hate it. And then I find it's easier to watch the movie than read the book, because then you're not so disappointed.
Yes, that's I was making that point at one time before. Like I was saying how like it's everybody who reads a book and then watches a movie goes, oh, the book was better. The book was better. The book was better. For me, and that's why I started reading The Martian, because I love the movie. So I was like, and everybody was like, the book was better. Well, now I'm reading the book, and I feel like then you're like progressing, you're moving up, and so far the book has been really good.
Yeah.
But the movie took me an hour and a half to 2 hours
Yeah.
to watch. The book has taken me a year and a
Yeah.
half to not
My
read.
problem with the movie was they should have had Ryan Reynolds as.
You keep saying that, but I love Ryan Reynolds for everything.
Okay.
I think Ryan
Then
Reynolds is the
let me
world's greatest.
backpedal. They need somebody more sarcastic and more witty.
I thought that Matt Damon did a really good job.
He
in
did
that
a good
I
job.
liked him as that character.
He did a good job.
If I had to cast that movie, I think I might have also cast Matt Damon. And I will put Ryan Reynolds in literally anything.
But I will back because the reason I say Ryan Reynolds, when I think sarcastic, witty, like off the cuff comments, he's the first person I think of. I'm sure
I
there's
feel
other
like
people.
some of them. I feel like a lot of the comments were
'Cause
they were witty and they
How
were.
far in the book did you get?
I honestly don't remember.
Because
Halfway, is it?
there are parts in the book where he says some very sarcastic stuff that doesn't ring through. Like there's a part in the book where he makes contact with Earth, and they want a picture of him to prove
and
he's
he
alive.
does the
And in the book, he talks about how he wants to do the Fonzie A, and like it doesn't translate that well in the book. In the movie,
it does a little. I think they kind of skimmed over because
Yeah.
it's not so much like.
but like you don't.
There's
get
a lot of inner dialogue in the book.
But the thing is, I mean, you don't get his sarcasm in the movie as much as I feel they should have.
No, I don't think that. I think that he still has that sarcastic nature, but I think they made him more. Because here's the one thing is that, and this is why I like Matt Damon better than Ryan Reynolds, and I almost never say. I love Matt Damon too. He's another one of my favorite actors of all time. That to me, that's like the ultimate head-to-head battle is Matt Damon and Ryan Reynolds because those are probably the two utmost. Favorite actors for myself. Like I want to put them in everything, anything. If it's not Samuel L. Jackson or Bruce Willis in a movie, it's got to be either Ryan Reynolds or Matt Damon. I want them to play everybody and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So this is difficult for me, but I also felt like the character was not just had to be sarcastic and witty. He had to give this aura of intelligence. You had to believe that he was kind of ultra smart.
Mm-hmm.
You had to believe he was smarter than the average person, and I don't think that I don't think Ryan Reynolds plays that character as well as Matt Damon does.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Damon definitely is believable.
Are you saying that because of Good Will Hunting?
I think it's one of the.
Because the other thing is, I like to think of it as.
But he's played a very intelligent guy in a lot of movies.
Because I also like to think of it as I like to call it the McHale Navy situation, where like McHale's Navy, the guys they're all a bunch of screw ups, but the chips are down. They're like they're basically the A team.
Right, they turn into like that whole Hogan's Heroes of accomplishment. No, but I think that I don't see that with Matt. I think Matt Damon has that ability. He's played a lot of intelligent characters. You look at Jason Bourne. You look at Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
And even across he's done a lot of smaller parts that were not smaller, but he's done a lot of movies that maybe weren't like as big, like The Horse Whisperer and such like that. And he always plays a character who you believe is highly talented. Mr. Ripley. That's a perfect example of how he can portray genius so well. And there's not a lot of actors that you can watch and truly believe that they are superior intellectually. I think that Matt Damon plays it very well. Jesse Eisenberg actually plays it really well.
Yeah.
I think he comes across as one of those people that you truly believe he can be a super genius.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Matt Damon better for that part because I thought that he plays that type of role better in a more realistic circumstance. Like you can believe Ryan Reynolds is intelligent, you can believe that he's intellectual, but Matt Damon's definitely more capable of that character.
Mm-hmm.
So Matt Damon's still my vote for that movie. And even reading the book, I can read it in Matt Damon's voice. And probably because I saw the movie first, but I read it and I totally hear Matt Damon's voice in that character.
Okay.
Whereas, I know you read it and you felt that Ryan Reynolds would be a better casting on that one, but I don't read the book like that. Like I read some of it as sarcastic and witty, but not overly. It's more of like, here's the way I see this character. When he does say all those sarcastic things like that, I see him as like, and I don't know how well you can relate to this one, but you know how dad jokes, that's the way I feel. I feel like he's got that corny dad jokiness about him. Like he's being sarcastic, but sort of in that nerdy sort of way, not in that necessarily overly funny kind of way. And that's why I like Matt Damon for it too, because I think Matt Damon can play that sort of nerdy dad-like type character a little more. That's the way I perceive him. That's just me though. So, but that's where I left off on that one. How far do you want to go on this?
We can kill it.
We're good on this one.
Yep.
All right. That was a good show.
Yeah,
We did
I
it.
agree.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Tune in next time to Stream of Consciousness podcast. Make sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. And I got this. There's one more. Also, our website, streamofconsciousnesspodcast.com. Boom! Is that everything?
Yes.
What? Nailed it.
Good night, folks.
Bye, everybody.